Now, here's a prediction I'm going to make. I think I mentioned this on a previous podcast. I think the first guy to go from AEW to WWE will be Cody Rhodes. And I have no factual basis for that. I don't know his contract status. I just have that feeling. I don't know why. I just have that feeling. And I got to tell you, there are people in that locker room that have that feeling too.
It's possible. I know they'd take him back. I'm sure they would. Hey, the name Rhodes is going to be in this business until the day that the business drops off the face of this earth. And if they can bring Cody Rhodes back in, it would be a feather in their hat. It would that would speak volumes on Vince it would speak volumes for Vince to change his mind about something, because he can have a frame of mind where he goes, I'm not going to go back there. I'm not doing this. I'm not going to revisit it. And then someone can tap on the shoulder and say, hey, it's Cody Rhodes. You know what I mean? So,
well, like I said, I'm not putting a timetable on it, but it would not surprise me. But I got to tell you, I don't know if I'd want to be the first guy to go from AEW to WWE, because you're going to get a paycheck, but you might get buried too.
I think Cody's smart enough to decipher that. I think you got to make Cody's growing up 20 years in 5 years. In terms of smarts, logistics, knowing how to promote himself, he wouldn't walk in there blindsided.
Yep, I agree with that. And Nate, that's what makes your first run in WWE incredible. Because if anybody would figure to get buried upon entry in WWE, it'd be you. You were the standard bearer for the other guys, for the competition. But instead, I mean, give Vince credit. He saw you for what you were and let you take it to the top there, too.
Mark, I say this very humbly. I was too good to be buried.
Oh, you don't have to tell me. I totally agree. But that hasn't...
Who was going to bury me?
You make a compelling argument.
I left the people behind me that could bury me.
Good point. Good point. You could have got buried any worse in the new place than you had been at the old place.
Are you kidding? I got to hang out with some of the greatest people. As I say, I got to wrestle Hogan. I got to wrestle Randy. I got to wrestle Bret Hart. I got to wrestle The Undertaker. Are you kidding me? It was the greatest year and a half and the most fun I ever had. And I made the biggest mistake I ever made was going back.
Now, before we wrap this